Hello and welcome to Quirky Crystal Crafting. Today we're going to do a review on my recent birthday present that I purchased, which are the Stabilo, however you prefer to say it, Woodies. These are 3-in-1s. I have here a pastel set that I purchased, as well as the 18 count set, which comes with a sharpener. The pastel set also came with the sharpener, so now I have two, can't lose them, right? As well as a paintbrush. So we're gonna show these, review these on two different types of paper. One would be a mixed media paper, as well as pastel paper, because I find that these are closer in relation to, well, I mean, they're similar to the Caran d'Ache Neocolor water soluble crayons, because they react very similar to that, but they also remind me of an oil pastel because they actually do pretty well on pastel paper. So I'm going to show you that. So let's just do a quick swatching of all of the colors here on mixed media, and then we can do show you how they respond to or react to water, and then we will also do show you how they react on pastel paper. So let's pull my mixed media paper here, and we're just going to do a quick swatching of them. I happen to think that these are actually, I mean, these are primarily for children, but there's nothing wrong with adults playing with children's toys. I mean, I'd still play with Barbies if I had them because I like Barbies. But that's just me, and I'm not afraid to act like a child. There are appropriate times for that, and there are inappropriate times for that. Just be appropriate. And I'm like making these very large blocks here for some reason. I don't know why. That's just how they... So when you're laying down the color, they feel similar to that of a crayon, because it feels hard. Don't mind me, I'm not going to lay down the white because I think white is pointless on white paper. You can't really see it. If you do a review and you want to do white, great for you. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm wondering if I'm going to run out of room here with these. I might have made these blocks a little too large here. So you can tell it looks a lot like a crayon when you lay it down, just as the Neocolors would look and feel. Okay, I'm gonna have just enough room for all of the colors here. Yay, we made it. Okay, so this is more of a purple. I'm gonna need that purple for later in my next video that maybe you'll tag along. and watch. Okay. All right, we've got it. Got them all down. So this is what they all look like when they're on mixed media paper. Again, you can see just the tips are bigger. I think these are perfect for people who might have dexterity problems. I have trouble holding pencils right now. They tend to slip, and something smaller like a Caran d'Ache is very easily broken in my hand because I tend to put more pressure on it because of having gripping problems right now. My hand goes numb, and so it's really hard for me to hold on to something. So I hold on to it weird sometimes, but I can't break these because these are made out of wood, which is why they probably call them woody. So perfect for somebody who might have some disabilities. So, and you know, if they are artistic, this would probably be a good idea for them, so they're not breaking supplies and then, like me, they break it and then they want a whole new set because you broke one, and I can't always afford that to because I break something. So now we'll just do these as quick as possible here. Just to show you the water-soluble part of these crayons. So if you blend it really well, you're not going to see those hard lines. So they do really well with blending on paper. Maybe some colors like that one you can see some hard lines, but if you move it around, you don't even notice that. It's like invisible now. And I feel like on some of these I might have pressed a little bit, use some more pressure. And that could be why these lines might be a little harder, or you can see them a little bit more. It's just really hard to hold on to this paintbrush. So, I'm not a professional artist. I am a play for fun. This is my self-care. I do this after work when I get stressed out at work. We all get stressed sometimes, and work happens to be my huge stressor. So doing something fun like this is awesome. As a collector of art supplies, and being not a professional, I spend way too much money on art supplies that I will use and maybe not use to the best of its ability because I'm not a professional. This is all for fun, but I am actually really enjoying these so far. I like how they react to water. Watercolor is one of my favorite mediums so far. I like how you can add more layers, and you know, the color gets more vibrant. Or if you want something that's kind of pastel, you just use more water and it tones the color down. So that's the one thing nice about watercolor, and the fact that these are water soluble. It can color, make it feel like coloring with a crayon, but also I can do this, which is pretty awesome. So that's what I think is the second part, being wax crayon. Now we have a watercolor. So let me show you what the last thing that this sucker can do. And we're gonna need some oil pastel paper here. So I have this Strathmore pastel paper here. This is a paper pad that I received from somebody. I don't even remember who, but we're gonna use, feel like blue would be better to practice this on. I don't have white paper. I'm assuming it comes in white paper. I do have this, if I can get it out. I do have some white oil pastel paper, but it's not similar at all. This is Paul Rubens oil pastel paper. This is what the package looks like. I believe this came with one of my Paul Rubens oil pastels that I purchased. So it's hard to see. I can see it, but this paper has a lot of texture on it, like typical what I believe oil pastel paper is all like this. Whereas this doesn't have any texture at all. So I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's no texture here. So we're gonna try this because this is pastel paper. And to show you, I think it would probably be better to do it on the pastel paper. We'll see if we can lay down all the colors as well on this. That blue is almost invisible in here. So even on here, it lays down like a crayon. Look, we made it. I got all of these on one page, or one row. Okay, now let's work on these other ones, just so you can see. I'll do the white on this paper though, because this is a blue background and you'll be able to see it. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, So I feel, one, I've watched multiple videos of people reviewing these Woody 3-in-1 water-soluble crayons. I feel like a lot of people forget about the third part, what it does, which is capable of, I think, like I said, reminds me similar to that of an oil pastel, but because to see if it smudges. So we'll start here and we'll work our way to the left. So you can see, I'm just going to use the same finger for my blues. Okay, so again, this is one. This is only one layer. And I'm really pressing here too. Okay. But see, that's why I like oil pastels, because I like to get dirty with my art stuff. I do happen to wash my hands quite often because I get dirty. I don't like to stay dirty though. I like to get dirty with it, but I don't want to stay dirty. Nope, not me. Oh, I got a little bit of color contamination here. Some green, light green and purple. This is like one of my favorite colors, is like turquoise. Almost, the white almost becomes translucent in a way. Well, that one almost like finger burn. Oh. Okay. So that's what it looks like when you've smudged them all onto pastel paper. So you can see they do react really well on pastel paper. So you can definitely get more of an oil pastel-like consistency if that's your medium that you like. So why not have something that is water soluble but also acts like an oil pastel? So that was just one layer. I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm just gonna do a second layer of these colors here, just so you can see for yourself. I mean, looking closely with one pass, you can see a little bit of the blue of the paper underneath, hopefully. And we're just gonna do a second pass so we can hopefully see if we can get rid of that. Because that's the beauty of the oil pastel, is you can cover the whole paper. Okay. All right, that was second pass. Now let's smudge it in. And it's already doing even better on the second pass. of getting that in and covering all the blue in that little section. It will probably be more noticeable in these ones. Again, same thing in that little section. All of the blue of the paper is covered. And again, the same thing. And I'm again putting a good amount of pressure here. You can use, they have things that you don't have to use your fingers like I do, but it doesn't bother me. I like to be able to feel it. That way I know I'm doing it right. The purple covered it really well too, and then the black. So now let's see if you can see it. This is, if you can compare, I don't know, but that's did really well with being able to cover the not seeing the blue paper. So that's my review of the Woody 3-in-1s, and I just have today the 6 pastel color pack and then the 18 pack. So if you like what you see and you think that these would be a good art supply to add to your supplies, then go ahead and get these. And if you know anybody who likes something that's water soluble but also like an oil pastel, then maybe like myself has some problems with holding on to things, then again these are would be a great medium, because less likely to break something, so which is why they're probably made out of wood, and they're great for kids. And if you don't want to ruin something that's expensive like Caran d'Ache wax water soluble crayons, these might be a better purchase, because less likely to break something that's expensive and then buy a new set like me. So hope you joined that today. Have a great day. Bye.